The universe is calling out to you, and this time it's not just a whisper, it's an urgent declaration. As we step into the final week of November 2024, a rare and profound cosmic event is set to unfold, one that could ripple through your soul and shift the course of your journey. Imagine looking up at the night sky and witnessing a star, Spica, a beacon of abundance, balance, and ancient wisdom, disappear before your eyes, its light momentarily eclipsed by the moon. This is no ordinary celestial event. It's not just an alignment, it's a divine message, intricately woven into the fabric of the universe and sent directly to those who are chosen. Could it be that this moment was always meant for you? Before we go any further, let's pause for something important. If you feel that this message resonates, take a moment to comment 77 below, affirming your readiness to receive what God has in store for you. And to all of you who have shown incredible support through super thanks, please know how deeply your kindness and generosity are appreciated. Your contributions ensure that these messages continue to reach those who need them most. But why now? Why Spica? What does this rare event mean for you? When the moon temporarily hides this luminous star, it's not just about light being blocked, it's about a shift in energy, a moment of intense transformation. This celestial phenomenon is not an accident, it's a deliberate divine alignment, urging you to pay attention to the subtle signs and deeper meanings in your life. Perhaps this is a moment to reflect on what the universe is trying to take away, and more importantly, what it might be preparing to give in return. Could this eclipse be a test of your faith, a reminder of the divine balance that governs all things? Or is it an opportunity to recalibrate your spiritual path, to shed old fears and embrace the blessings that are waiting for you on the other side? These are questions we'll explore together as we uncover the profound significance of this event and how it's intricately connected to your purpose. Prepare yourself. This is more than a warning. It's an awakening, a chance to align your life with the higher plans God has for you. God's chosen ones, this needed to reach you. Urgent moon warnings for the last week of November 2024. As the moon prepares to obscure Spica, one of the brightest stars in the heavens, pause and reflect. What aspects of your life are being overshadowed? What is being concealed, perhaps for your protection, or even for a divine purpose? The closer we approach this celestial phenomenon, the more fragile the veil separating the physical and spiritual realms becomes. Can you sense it? An unexplainable energy hums through the air this week, like a silent whisper from the universe. It's not merely about the alignment of the moon and Spica. It's something far deeper, something that stirs the soul and awakens dormant questions. The thinning veil invites us to look inward and upward, reminding us that earthly events often mirror the movements in the heavens. What is God revealing to you during this pivotal time? Think about this. As the moon eclipses Spica, the universe itself seems to pause, as though holding its breath. The celestial alignment taking place on the night of November 27th is no ordinary event. When the moon passes directly in front of Spica, its light will be entirely obscured for a brief but profound moment. Imagine the spiritual weight of this. A star that has long been associated with balance, abundance, and the harvest suddenly disappearing from sight. This is more than a rare astronomical occurrence. It's a symbolic reset. Could it be that God is calling His chosen ones to a moment of silence, a pause to reevaluate, to recalibrate? In the Bible, celestial signs often carried profound meaning. Consider the Star of Bethlehem, which announced the birth of Jesus to the Magi, Matthew 2:2, just as that star heralded a new chapter for humanity. Could the occultation of Spica, signal a transition in your own life. Spica, representing the harvest, invites you to ponder the fruits of your labor. Have you sown your seeds with faith and patience? Are you prepared to reap the rewards of your efforts, or is there more work to be done before the harvest is complete? The disappearance of Spica's light may symbolize the need for a temporary withdrawal, a time to trust in what you cannot see, much like walking by faith and not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. Yet this is not merely about what is hidden, it's about what is revealed in the stillness. What truths have been veiled from you, only to emerge now, illuminated by the dim glow of the moon? As the physical light of Spica vanishes, the spiritual energy it represents grows ever more vivid within you. Could this be the moment you've been waiting for? The moment when the universe aligns not only in the heavens, but also within your soul. Ask yourself, what unspoken message is God whispering into your heart during this cosmic pause? Spica's association with abundance and balance reminds us of the biblical promise found in Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. This week is not just a random collection of days. It's a divinely orchestrated period where the universe speaks with clarity and urgency. The alignment of the moon and Spica is a heavenly reminder that nothing happens by chance. God's chosen ones are being called to pay attention, to open their spiritual ears and hearts to what He is revealing. So, as the moon eclipses Spica, what will you choose to focus on? Will you see this as a time of loss, or as a sacred opportunity for renewal? Will you trust that even when the light is hidden, God is still at work? The energy of this event doesn't remain confined to the night sky. It vibrates within you. Are you ready to embrace it and align yourself with God's greater purpose? The choice is yours, but the universe and God Himself is waiting for your answer. Spica represents the harvest and harmony of life, but when its brilliant light disappears, its energy transforms into something profound. More than just a star, Spica is a celestial powerhouse often regarded as the star of abundance, symbolizing prosperity, balance, and the fruition of our efforts. For centuries, it has served as a cosmic mirror, reflecting the results of our intentions, actions, and energy. However, on November 27th, Spica will be eclipsed by the moon, its light hidden from view. This celestial event holds a significant meaning, urging us to dig deeper into ourselves. When a guiding light like Spica is momentarily concealed, the universe pushes us to rely on a different kind of navigation, our inner compass. Could this be a divine moment asking you to consider, what are you clinging to that no longer serves you? Spica's disappearance is not merely an astronomical occurrence, but a spiritual invitation. The energy of Spica revolves around reaping what we've sown, but this requires more than just waiting for the harvest. Before the field can yield its bounty, it must be cleared of weeds. When Spica hides, it's not a loss, it's a reset. This is a time to examine what in your life is truly abundant and what must be let go. Consider Spica's role as a symbol of balance. It compels us to confront areas where we've allowed imbalance to take root. Are you pouring too much of yourself into others without receiving in return? Are you chasing material abundance while neglecting the grounding piece of spiritual harmony? These are not idle questions, but keys to unlocking your future clarity and purpose. The occultation of Spica is more than a cosmic event. It is a divine call to recalibrate your life. Just as the Bible reminds us in Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. This moment invites you to pause and prepare for a new season of abundance. What if this temporary darkness is not a void, but a sacred space for reimagining your priorities? When Spica re-emerges, its light will shine on a path of clarity, purpose, and renewal. Will you be ready to walk it? This celestial phenomenon isn't about loss, it's about opportunity. Like the parable of the sower in Matthew 13, it challenges you to consider where your seeds of effort are being planted. Are they in fertile ground, or are they being choked by thorns? This moment is your chance to tend the soil of your life, ensuring it's ready to bear fruit when the light returns. The universe is asking, are you prepared to let go of the old and make room for the blessings to come? This isn't just a star disappearing, it's a divine alignment urging you to embrace transformation. This isn't about rushing to react at the last minute. It's about aligning your energy long before the moment arrives. The lunar occultation of Spica on the 27th is not an isolated event. Cosmic energy doesn't simply flick a switch, it builds steadily, grows with purpose and intensifies in waves. Waiting until the very day to act is like trying to catch a wave that has already passed. Preparation doesn't start tomorrow, it starts now. Why? Because the energy leading up to such an event is just as crucial, if not more so, than the event itself. It's like the tide pulling back before a mighty wave forms. The shift begins subtly, almost imperceptibly, but its power is undeniable. By the time Spica's light is eclipsed, the cosmic flow will already be in motion. Those who are prepared will ride this wave toward transformation, while others risk being left behind. This principle echoes the wisdom found in Matthew 25:1-13, the parable of the 10 virgins. 5 were wise and prepared their lamps with oil before the bridegroom arrived, while the others scrambled too late and were shut out of the celebration. The lesson: readiness is key. Similarly, the energy surrounding this celestial moment demands foresight. The preparation you begin today sets the foundation for how you will receive and respond to this cosmic shift. Are you aligning your heart, mind, and spirit to the energy already building around you? Think of it this way. Every great wave starts with a gathering force beneath the surface, unseen but potent. The days leading up to the 27th are not idle. They are filled with opportunities to release what hinders you, focus on what truly matters, and prepare your spirit for the change to come. Have you felt the subtle shifts already stirring in your life? Perhaps unexpected emotions, thoughts, or challenges have emerged. These aren't random. They're part of the cosmic preparation, urging you to pay attention and take action. In Ecclesiastes 9:10, we are reminded, "Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might." This moment is no exception. The energy leading up to Spica's occultation is your chance to align yourself with divine purpose. What areas of your life need pruning so that new growth can flourish? Will you seize the opportunity to tune into this transformative energy, or will you wait and risk missing it entirely? The universe is inviting you to move with intention, to embrace the tide before it overtakes you. This isn't just about celestial alignment, it's a divine call to ready your heart and mind for what lies ahead. What steps can you take today to ensure you're not merely observing this cosmic event, but actively participating in its transformative power? This is your moment to ride the wave of energy that has already begun to ripple through the heavens. Will you prepare, or will you be caught unready when the tide rises? For God's chosen ones, spiritual preparation isn't just a suggestion, it's a mandate. Your calling sets you apart, and this lunar occultation of Spica is a sacred moment designed to refine and elevate you. It's not about waiting for the 27th to scramble, it's about aligning your spirit now, starting today, the 25th. What does this mean for you? It's time to cleanse and ground yourself. As one of God's chosen, your spiritual vessel must be free from clutter, whether that's negative thoughts, unresolved emotions, or the physical chaos around you. Release what weighs you down through prayer, walking in nature, or even simply decluttering your home. Imagine today as a spiritual wiping of the slate, a way to make room for the abundance God has been preparing for you. Have you felt that inner stirring, as if something greater is coming? Tomorrow, on the 26th, is your time to set intentions. But this isn't just about wishful thinking. It's about stepping into the authority God has given you as His chosen. Sit down with your journal, open your heart in prayer, and ask yourself, what burdens am I ready to release? What blessings am I ready to embrace? Be specific in your requests, as Scripture reminds us in Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it. Your clarity today will determine the path God illuminates for you when Spica disappears. What do you want this reset to accomplish in your life? For those marked by God's favor, the occultation isn't just a celestial event, it's a personal call to action. You've been chosen for a purpose, and this is your moment to prepare for the next level of your journey. This isn't about elaborate rituals, it's about intentionality. The moon, often seen as a symbol of reflection and intuition, holds a profound spiritual influence. As Psalm 8:3-4 reminds us, when I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of them? This phase pulls at more than the tides. It tugs at the deepest parts of your soul, amplifying your intuition and exposing what lies hidden beneath. Have you noticed the subtle shifts within yourself lately? An emotional stirring or a heightened awareness of what's next? By the time Spica vanishes, the spiritual groundwork should be done. This isn't about scrambling or reacting, it's about walking boldly into this moment with the confidence that comes from divine preparation. The universe and God's timing rewards those who are ready. As a chosen one, this is your opportunity to align your heart, spirit, and intentions with what God has in store. When the abundance begins to flow after this celestial reset, will you be prepared to receive it fully, or will hesitation hold you back? This is not just an astronomical alignment, it's your divine invitation to step into the fullness of your purpose. During the lunar occultation of Spica, the moon isn't merely a passive participant in the heavens. It takes center stage as the orchestrator of a profound cosmic message. When it moves in front of Spica, it transcends being just a celestial event. It becomes a deliberate act of divine alignment. For God's chosen ones, this is no coincidence. It is a purposeful moment to awaken the truths hidden within. The moon, long associated with the subconscious mystery and revelation, acts as a veil over Spica's light. Its message is clear. Stop searching outward for guidance and illumination, and instead turn inward. Could this be the moment God has chosen for you to confront the unspoken struggles and unresolved emotions that linger in your soul? When the moon hides a star like Spica, it creates more than a spectacle. It extends an invitation. This is a call to explore your inner world, to confront the shadows that may be keeping you from fully stepping into your divine purpose. As Psalm 139:12 reminds us, even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is as bright as the day, for darkness is as light with you. The moon's action here mirrors this truth. It's not about casting you into darkness, but rather helping you see the light within. Have you felt a stirring in your spirit lately, a divine nudge urging you to address something you've been avoiding? For the chosen, this moment is deeply personal. The moon's role is to amplify what lies beneath the surface, exposing what has been hidden from even yourself. Are there doubts, fears, or wounds you've been reluctant to face? The occultation is a celestial mirror, showing you that before you can fully receive the blessings of abundance symbolized by Spica, you must deal with what's holding you back. It's a moment to ask yourself, what am I hiding from? And how can I invite God's light into these spaces of my life? The deliberate act of the moon eclipsing Spica is a cosmic parallel to the way God often works in our lives. Just as the star is temporarily hidden to shift our focus, God sometimes allows periods of obscurity or challenge to refine us. Consider the story of Elijah in 1 Kings 19, where he sought God in mighty winds, earthquakes, and fire, but found him in a gentle whisper. Similarly, the moon's gentle yet commanding presence is a reminder that sometimes the most transformative revelations come not in outward brilliance, but in quiet introspection. This isn't just about the moon blocking a star, it's about the universe pausing to ask you to recalibrate. Are you willing to sit with your inner shadows, trusting that God will guide you through them? For God's chosen ones, this is not a time to fear the darkness, but to embrace it as a space of divine clarity. When the star reappears, it will shine brighter than before, both in the heavens and within you. Will you be ready to see yourself and your purpose with fresh eyes? This process is not always easy. The moon's energy is powerful, and just as it pulls the ocean tides, it tugs deeply at the tides of our emotions. During this time, expect feelings you've buried, memories, fears, desires, to surface with intensity. It may feel overwhelming, but for God's chosen ones, this is not a moment to fear, but a divine opportunity to embrace. The moon does not conceal light to punish, but to refine. It acts as a cosmic reset button, stripping away external distractions and compelling you to confront the truth within. Could this be the season where God is calling you to shed the old and step into the new? The resurfacing of long-ignored emotions can feel like a storm in your soul, but storms in the Bible often precede transformation. Take the story of Jonah, for instance. The storm that threatened his ship wasn't sent to destroy him, but to redirect him back to his purpose. Similarly, the moon's energy during this celestial event stirs your inner waters, not to overwhelm you, but to guide you toward clarity and healing. Are there emotions or thoughts you've been avoiding that God is now calling you to address? For the chosen, this moment is not about retreating into fear, but stepping forward in faith. As 2 Timothy 1:7 reminds us, "For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." The moon's intense energy reveals what has been hidden, not to condemn, but to transform. It strips away the illusions and helps you see the raw, unfiltered truth of your life and calling. Have you considered what truths God might be asking you to face in this season? Transformation always begins with discomfort, but it leads to divine breakthrough. When the moon hides Spica's light, it's as if God is asking, are you ready to let go of the false comforts and confront what's real? This moment is a sacred pause, a time to reset your intentions and align your heart with God's will. Just as Jacob wrestled with God through the night in Genesis 32 and came out transformed, this is your opportunity to wrestle with your inner shadows and emerge renewed. The moon's energy doesn't demand perfection, it demands honesty. This is your chance to release the burdens you've carried, to let the emotional tides cleanse your spirit, and to prepare yourself for the light that will follow. Will you see this as an obstacle or as the gift of transformation it truly is? The choice is yours, and the time is now. What does it mean when the universe chooses to hide one of its brightest stars from us? It's not an accident. Picture this: a beacon of light, one that has served as a guide for humanity for thousands of years, suddenly vanishes behind the moon's shadow. On November 27th, Spica, one of the most radiant stars in the sky, will be obscured, its brilliance consumed by the moon in what feels like a deliberate, orchestrated act. This event isn't just a spectacle for stargazers, it's a celestial message designed to awaken us. The absence of Spica's light speaks volumes, demanding our attention in ways its steady glow never could. Think about the profound symbolism here. Spica, a star representing abundance, balance, and the fulfillment of effort, will momentarily be taken from view. Why would this happen? Because sometimes, to truly grasp the value of what we possess, or lack, we must experience its absence. The light disappears, and in that darkness we are left to confront what's within ourselves. What remains when the guiding light is gone? This moment is not about fear or loss, it's a divine opportunity. The occultation of Spica invites us to uncover hidden truths about ourselves, asking us to examine the patterns, beliefs, and attachments that no longer serve our journey. What are you holding on to that needs to be released? This event is deeply reflective of our own spiritual walk as God's chosen ones. Just as Spica's light vanishes, God sometimes allows us to face seasons of obscurity, not to abandon us, but to refine us. Consider Job, who faced the loss of everything he held dear, yet emerged with a deeper understanding of God's purpose and provision. Job 23:10 reminds us, "But he knows the way that I take. When he has tested me, I will come forth as gold." Could this moment be your own refining process, where the temporary loss of external light forces you to discover the strength and truth within? The disappearance of Spica acts as a celestial mirror, reflecting our inner shadows and urging us to confront them with courage. It challenges us to ask, what truths have we been avoiding? What attachments or fears have been holding us back? This isn't random. The universe doesn't deal in coincidences, and God's plans are never haphazard. As Romans 8:28 assures us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." The occultation of Spica is a cosmic alignment, a deliberate shift designed to bring us back into harmony with God's divine will for our lives. This celestial event is a moment to pause and prepare. Just as a gardener clears the soil before planting new seeds, this is your chance to examine your inner landscape and remove what no longer serves your growth. Spica's temporary disappearance isn't a loss. It's an invitation to reset and realign. Are you ready to embrace this divine opportunity? When the light returns, will you be prepared to move forward with renewed clarity and purpose? The choice is yours, and the heavens are calling. Spica's disappearance is far more than the mere loss of a celestial light. It's a divine invitation to recalibrate your spirit, strip away distractions, and focus on the truths that truly matter. Light doesn't vanish to punish. It withdraws so that we can notice the things we've overlooked in its presence. For God's chosen ones, this is a call to rise above the noise of the world and align your inner self with your heavenly purpose. This is not about darkness, it's about illumination from within. As the moon obscures Spica, consider what is being eclipsed in your own life. Are there blessings you've ignored or challenges you've avoided addressing? The closer we draw to this celestial moment, the thinner the veil becomes between the physical world and the spiritual realm. Have you noticed the unexplainable tension in the air, a sense of electricity, a feeling that something profound is just beyond reach? This is not merely a cosmic event. It's a sacred time when the spiritual currents of the universe flow more openly and urgently toward those who are ready to listen. For the chosen, this is a week unlike any other. The alignment of the moon and Spica doesn't just shift the heavens, it shakes the very foundation of what lies hidden within your heart. The veil is lifting, and with it comes a deeper connection to God's voice and purpose for your life. Have you felt the quiet whispers of the universe guiding you lately? Those nudges aren't random. They are messages urging you to align with your spiritual path. This is your moment to tune in to what is being revealed. This thinning boundary echoes the divine encounters described in the Bible. In 1 Kings 19:11-13, Elijah hears God not in the mighty wind, earthquake or fire, but in the gentle whisper that follows. Could this week's celestial energy be your version of that still small voice? Are you listening, or are you caught in the whirlwind of daily life? This is the time to attune yourself to what matters, to seek the divine guidance that's always been there, but now speaks louder than ever. Spica's occultation is not just a spectacle of the skies, it's an alignment designed for you, the chosen, to assess what you are holding on to and what you must release. Are you clinging to relationships, habits, or fears that eclipse your spiritual light? Just as the moon momentarily obscures Spica, perhaps there are areas in your life where clarity has been overshadowed. Will you take this opportunity to seek that clarity and recalibrate your journey? This isn't just another week of passing time. It's a divine reset, a cosmic invitation to strip away what no longer serves you and prepare for the abundance to come. The universe is asking, will you heed the call? Step into your divine identity and embrace the purpose set before you. This is your moment to listen, to align, and to rise. As the veil between worlds grows thinner, it brings with it peculiar and powerful gifts that are anything but ordinary. Have you noticed how unexpected synchronicities seem to align perfectly, as if the universe itself is arranging your steps? Perhaps the right person, the perfect opportunity, or an unexplainable sign has crossed your path at just the right moment. These aren't mere coincidences, they are divine breadcrumbs, placed strategically to guide you toward your higher purpose. For God's chosen ones, these moments are not accidental, but orchestrated, a reminder that you're being watched over and directed towards something greater. You may also find yourself experiencing vivid dreams that feel less like random fragments and more like intentional messages from above. These dreams might stir something deep within you, a sense of purpose, clarity, or even a warning. Have you felt your intuition sharpen, almost as if you have an unexplainable knowing about what's to come? This heightened sense is not to be ignored. Just as Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dreams in Genesis 41, unlocking a future that saved nations, perhaps the insights you're receiving now are paving the way for your own breakthrough. What might God be trying to reveal to you in this sacred time? When the veil thins, the physical world begins to reflect the truth of your inner being. It becomes a mirror, showing you the state of your spirit, your intentions, and your alignment with God's plan. What are you seeing in that reflection? Are you noticing patterns or lessons that keep surfacing? Could these be God's way of urging you to confront what you've avoided, or to step boldly into a new chapter? The universe is speaking clearly now, and its messages are meant specifically for you. This thinning veil also carries a sense of urgency, like the Magi who followed the star to Bethlehem, Matthew 2:1-12. You too are being shown signs meant to guide you closer to your divine purpose. The question is, are you paying attention? The synchronicities, dreams, and intuitive nudges are not random. They're sacred signals urging you to prepare for what's ahead. Could it be that the answers you've been seeking are already being revealed, but only if you're willing to see them? These gifts of insight and connection are not just blessings, they are responsibilities. God is calling you to use this heightened awareness to make decisions rooted in faith and courage. What steps can you take today to act on what you're being shown? As the world mirrors your inner truth during this time, will you embrace the opportunity to align your life with your divine calling, or will you let these sacred signs slip by unnoticed? This is not a moment to dismiss. It's a moment to step into your destiny. This is a week to stay open to signs, to emotions, and to the unexpected whispers of the universe. If a thought or feeling suddenly emerges from the depths of your heart, don't ignore it or dismiss it as random. There's a reason it's appearing now during this powerful alignment. These emotions or ideas are like messages written in the stars, arriving at just the right time to guide you toward deeper clarity and alignment. For God's chosen ones, this is not a coincidence. It's a divine invitation to lean into the unknown and trust the unfolding process, even when it feels unclear or overwhelming. When something stirs within you this week, consider the possibility that it's part of a larger divine plan. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 3:5-6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." The process may feel uncomfortable or even confusing, but it's precisely in this discomfort that transformation takes root. Could these thoughts or feelings be God's way of revealing what needs healing, refining, or releasing in your life? The moon and Spica may set the stage, but the real work is being orchestrated by the Creator. Think of this cosmic moment as a sacred symphony where every note, every shift is precisely timed to awaken something within you. What if the very emotions you're tempted to suppress are the keys to unlocking your next breakthrough? Leaning into them might reveal hidden truths about who you are and where God is leading you. This is not a week to cling to certainty, but to surrender to divine guidance. Much like how Moses trusted God to part the Red Sea when there was no clear path forward, Exodus 14:21-22, you too are being asked to step forward in faith, even when the outcome seems obscured. Are you willing to let go of control and allow the universe to do its work, trusting that every moment, even the challenging ones, is preparing you for something greater? The energy this week is not about forcing solutions or rushing to answers. It's about allowing the divine flow to carry you. Pay attention to the subtleties, a conversation that sparks inspiration, an emotion that feels heavier than usual, or a moment of unexpected clarity. These are not distractions, they're sacred nudges. Will you embrace them as part of your journey, or will you resist the very process meant to elevate you? Trust that the universe, in its divine timing, is working all things together for your good. Romans 8:28. The moon and Spica are aligning for a purpose, but it's your openness and trust that will determine how deeply you're transformed during this sacred week. Are you ready to surrender and let God lead you toward his ultimate plan for your life? This moment, though mysterious, is the beginning of something extraordinary. Let it unfold. When Spica disappears, it's not simply a celestial event, it's a spiritual call to examine the seeds you've been planting in your life. Every alignment in the heavens carries a divine message, and the occultation of Spica is no exception. But this moment isn't only about what's unfolding in the sky, it's about what's happening within you. Spica, the star of abundance and harvest, shines with a question that cuts to the core. What have you truly been sowing in your life? Are you planting seeds that bring growth and joy, or are you unintentionally cultivating weeds that entangle and drain your light? For God's chosen ones, this is more than introspection. It's a divine checkpoint. The disappearance of Spica is your opportunity to pause and reflect on what you are nurturing in your life. Are you tending to fields of abundance, hope, and purpose, or have you allowed negative patterns to take root? As Spica's light fades, consider the shadows within your own heart and mind. Just as Galatians 6:7 reminds us, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. What you are cultivating now will ultimately determine your future harvest. This is not a time to rush past these questions, but to sit with them and seek clarity. This moment isn't solely about material success or worldly achievements. It's about the deeper dimensions of your being. What do your relationships reveal about the seeds you've planted? Are you pouring into connections that uplift you, or are you trapped in toxic cycles that dim your light? What about your mindset? Are you nurturing thoughts that align with God's purpose for your life? Or are you allowing fear, doubt, and negativity to take control? These aren't easy questions, but they are vital ones. Could it be that certain patterns, though comfortable, are no longer serving you and need to be released? Spica's occultation is a call to realign with your soul's purpose. In John 15:1-2, Jesus says, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful." Just as a gardener removes what no longer serves the plant, this is your moment to let go of what hinders your growth. What might you need to prune in your life to make space for new blessings? As you reflect, remember that this is not about judgment but about opportunity. The absence of Spica's light is an invitation to recalibrate and prepare for a brighter season ahead. The universe is asking you to examine not only what you've been sowing, but also how you've been tending your inner garden. Are you ready to uproot the weeds and cultivate the abundance God has prepared for you? This is not a moment to be passive. It's a divine call to action. When Spica's light returns, will you be ready to embrace your harvest with clarity, purpose, and gratitude? For God's chosen ones, Spica's disappearance is more than a celestial event. It's a divine invitation to reset your spiritual compass. This is your opportunity to uproot what no longer aligns with your purpose and intentionally replant seeds that reflect your God-given mission. This isn't just about releasing old burdens, it's about creating space for something new and divinely inspired. The energy surrounding this occultation is fertile ground for transformation. But the question is, are you ready to till the soil of your life and prepare it for the abundance God has in store? The Bible reminds us in John 15:2, "He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful." This moment mirrors that sacred pruning process. Clearing the field isn't easy. It takes courage to confront what no longer serves you and faith to trust in what's to come. But remember, as one season ends, another begins. This week isn't the conclusion of your journey. It's the beginning of a new chapter, tailor-made for God's chosen. The lunar occultation of Spica is a transient event. The moon will move on, and Spica's light will return to the heavens. Yet, the energy left behind is what truly matters. It's a seed planted in the soul, waiting to bloom in its season. This event is a turning point, a divine marker that signals the closing of one cycle and the opening of another. What will you choose to carry forward into this new season? Will you embrace the growth and abundance God has prepared for you? Or will you hold on to the past and miss the transformation? For those who are chosen, this isn't a mere cosmic shift. It's a call to action, like Esther in the Bible, who was placed in her position for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. You're being called to recognize the significance of this moment. This week challenges you to step into your divine purpose with clarity and intention. The light of Spica may vanish briefly, but the spiritual illumination it offers will guide you long after the event passes. How will you answer this call? Will you prepare the field of your life to receive the blessings God has already ordained for you? This isn't just about an astronomical event. It's a divine alignment, a moment God has placed before you to reflect, recalibrate, and prepare for the abundance ahead. What happens next isn't dictated by the stars or the moon. It's shaped by the choices you make now, as one of God's chosen. Will you seize this moment and plant seeds for your next season, or let it pass by unclaimed? For God's chosen ones, the days following Spica's occultation carry immense spiritual significance. These are not merely aftershocks of a celestial event. They are the moments when the seeds you've planted begin to sprout. The energy of the occultation doesn't end when Spica's light reappears. It continues to ripple through your life, shaping the clarity, balance, and abundance that are meant for you. This is the time when divine revelation starts to take form and confusion begins to dissolve into clarity. Areas of your life that once felt chaotic will slowly stabilize, but this transformation hinges on the space you've made and the intentionality of your actions during the preceding days. This moment mirrors the wisdom of Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. The ripple effects you experience in the days after the occultation will be a direct reflection of the energy, effort, and alignment you've cultivated. Have you truly released what was weighing you down, or are you still clinging to old patterns out of fear? This is not a time for passivity. It's a sacred call to remain present and committed to the path God has laid out for you. Balance and abundance don't simply arrive unbidden. They flow into lives that are prepared to receive them. If you've cleared your field and planted with purpose, this is when you'll start to see the first signs of growth. But staying aligned with this energy requires vigilance. Will you remain connected to the divine guidance you've received, or will you let distractions and doubts pull you off course? The days after Spica's disappearance are your opportunity to deepen the alignment you've worked so hard to establish. Consider how Noah, after the floodwaters receded, didn't immediately rush forward, but paused to build an altar and give thanks to God. Genesis 8:20. Similarly, this is your time to remain rooted in gratitude and faith, nurturing the balance and clarity now taking shape in your life. What practices can you put in place to stay aligned? How can you ensure that the abundance beginning to flow doesn't overwhelm, but empowers you? Remember, this period is not just a continuation of energy, but a transition into the new season God has designed for you. The choices you make now, how you honor your clarity, protect your balance, and cultivate your abundance, will determine the depth of blessings you experience. Will you commit to nurturing what God has begun in your life, or will you let the momentum slip away? This is your moment to fully embrace the transformation, to lean into your role as one of God's chosen, and to let the energy of this alignment carry you toward the future you've been preparing for. As we bring this profound message to a close, take a moment to reflect on the urgency and divine significance of these moon warnings during this final week of November. God's chosen ones are always called to walk in discernment, and this season is no exception. The phases of the moon are not just celestial movements. They are a divine reminder to stay aligned with God's will, to remain vigilant in prayer, and to be prepared for His breakthroughs. Remember, nothing happens by chance for those who love the Lord. Everything is orchestrated to fulfill His perfect plan for your life. Are you ready to step into the new season He's preparing for you? If this message has blessed or inspired you in any way, we invite you to support this ministry through a donation via Super Thanks. Your contributions enable us to continue spreading these life-changing messages to those who need them most. Whether you're able to give or not, please know that we are deeply grateful for your presence here, for your prayers, and for the way you've allowed us to speak into your life. Your kindness and support are truly a gift. We would also love for you to help us grow this community of faith by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with others who may benefit from this encouragement. Your voice matters. Leave a comment below to share how this message has impacted you, or to simply declare your trust in God's divine timing. As you go about the days ahead, remember that God's promises are unwavering, His protection is steadfast, and His blessings are abundant for those who remain faithful. May His light shine upon you and your loved ones, guiding your every step. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Stay prayerful, stay watchful, and may God bless you abundantly in all that you do.